All right, good evening, everyone, and you're welcome to another episode. Yes, good evening. My name remains Oluwashogo Helen. Are you Yeniko? Your beautiful host, yes, with beautiful long names. You're welcome once again, and it's another time to have some therapeutic discussion. Okay, yes. How are you doing? How did your day go? And how is everything around you? Yes, it's good to be here. Thank you. I can see Excellent Spirit in the building. I can see Simi Sola, you're welcome. Ojo Raymond Olajide, you're welcome. Oluwaseun Ricketts, thank you, Mama, you're welcome. Yes, welcome, everybody. And yes, the program is about to kickstart. And our topic for today is let me clear truth. You can't be totally faithful in marriage. Is it a yes or a no? And of course, you definitely know you have to prove to me, you need to give me the reasons for your answer. So if you're picking yes or you're picking no, you sure definitely have to tell me why. So, talking about faithfulness here, so I'm not talking about just infidelity or fidelity or just it's not just around infidelity anyway. So the faithfulness here is all round faithfulness. So do you think, or are you, or could you, whichever the case may be faithful, like totally faithful in marriage? So when we talk about being faithful totally, let's talk about finances. You already know that, Abi. Finances. Let's start from finances. Are you playing, like, does your spouse know how much you earn? Your savings, it's not just about how much you earn. That kind of faithfulness, like, okay, this money is coming in and your spouse is aware, you're running a project, your spouse is aware, you're planning to build a house, buy a car. Are you faithful? Like, is it possible to be totally faithful, like all round faithfulness? Yes. So that is today's topic. And please, do call in, drop your comment in the comment section. I can't wait to receive some calls. Tunde Ojo is already dropping comments. Please call in and let's have a talk. Tunde Ojo, you're muted. Excellent Spirit, you're muted. Please unmute yourselves. And yes, this floor is open. Please call in and let's have your view. Can you be totally faithful in marriage? So, which one are you picking? Is it a yes or a no? So, let me know. Because there will definitely be, okay, my view though. Yeah, so my view now. I think there will definitely be something you'll be hiding either directly or indirectly in marriage. So there will be some secrets that you would not want to say. Okay, yeah, I think last week today Ojo was saying something like that, that men dies with secrets. That until they die before you know who a good man is. Okay, yeah. So today Ojo, I'm reminding you of your words. That until some men die before you know if they're actually a good man, because it is after death some things get to unravel one after the other. So yes, what is your opinion? Can you be totally faithful in marriage? Are you sure there will not be some skeleton in the cupboard somehow? In my Bible. I'm waiting, I'm waiting. Madam Olumukalaremu, yay, you're welcome. I can see Paya, you're welcome. Thank you for joining in. All right, yes, people. Please, let me be sure I'm not talking alone. Let me be sure you can hear me. I can't see the comments in the comment section. Today just said it's not possible. Okay, let's get to have it. Madam Olubukola, all right, good to have you. Oh yeah, I got your mute. Excellent spirits, you're on. Yes, Olubukola Remu, you're welcome.
Giving me presidential halo. are you?
I'm doing well. How you doing too?
Been a while.
Yes, sir. It's been a
Fine.
while. Good to be back.
Okay, so I'm just getting in. Hectic day. I just said, let me
Okay.
join. I've not really read what
The topic, right?
the topic, right? So,
Okay, okay.
what's up?
You're welcome.
What are
Okay,
we
so
talking
topic
about?
for today is you can't be
What way
totally faithful in
be
marriage.
totally
So is
faithful
it a
in
yes
marriage?
or a
So
no?
is it
So can you really be faithful
you can't
totally
you
in
can't
marriage?
be totally faithful in marriage.
Okay.
So why did you go into marriage if you cannot be faithful in
Ah,
marriage?
sister me, hey, hey. There are some things, eh? Hmm. Today Ojo was saying
That's
some things
what.
last week, and the thing was biting me like, this thing can be true. He said until some men die before you know if they're actually true men. You know how those stories that touch now when a man dies and a woman comes with two kids and says, so person that died is the father of these children.
DNA because you'll be seeing the child right there
I'm
and there.
telling you.
I get it. I get it.
Okay, so yes,
Well,
yes, let's have your opinion.
let's go back. So yes, all those things happen.
Okay,
Even worse happen. But let's go back to the roots.
okay.
What is why are we actually getting married?
I love that. Yeah.
What's the cost of the institution?
Mm.
So when we go back to the roots, when we go back to our faith and ask questions, right?
Yeah.
And we can to answer. So for me, as long as you're going into marriage, you should be faithful.
Mm.
Yes, we all mess up. Yes, we all goof.
Yeah,
But
that's
when
the
you
word.
goof, let your partner know that you've goofed.
Okay, okay. But do you know that women truly, truly to an extent, there are some things
Mm.
that when you tell women, hey, Jesus, you are in for
See,
some serious trouble.
that's why it's important to know who you have married.
Okay.
Yeah. So I believe that relationship with your spouse should not just be about marriage.
Mm. Okay.
It should be about also friendship. So you have to get a place where you are friends with your spouse. You guys are friends. You know when to talk, you know when to keep quiet.
Mm.
You know when to play, you know when to be serious. And when you've done something bad, you know how to appease them. You know how to carry your epopupa to Rita Meta to
To
appease
appease
the
the
gods.
gods, yeah.
That was just a joke. I'm just using that one to. I'm just using that one to
I understand. I
modify.
understand. I
Uh,
understand.
uh, so don't think I'm a if I was power. I'm just using that one to. You have to appease the gods.
Okay.
So for me as a woman, so now let's narrow it down individually.
Okay.
It pays me to know what it is than to discover myself. For
Mm,
example, even
that's
if
true.
I will get angry,
Mm.
tell me, let me get angry. I will still have how to deal with it
Mm.
than after death or
Stories that
or
touch.
something happens and then I get to find out myself.
Mm. Mm.
So when I found out myself, for me, that's the difficult one.
Mm.
But if you're able to tell me, and if I'm able to also tell you that I've goofed, because it's not only men, no, women too goof.
Exactly, exactly. So let's put it this way. Is it
And
possible
let's
to open up to
yeah.
your partner that you have a crush?
Why will you have a
Ah ah
crush?
ah ah
You
ah
are-
ah. It's flesh and blood something now. Ah.
That is why I said we should go to the meaning of marriage
Okay.
and why we're actually getting married in the first place.
Mm.
You should not marry who you do not love. If you marry who you love, then you can't find yourself having feelings for another person. It's it's weird. Do you understand?
But do you know that
You
there are
can
some
like
times
another
that
person,
there will
you
be
can't like
some
another person.
potholes. So permit me to use a proverb in Yoruba that says Togiri Ubalan Alangba Olewo. So I don't know how best to put it in English now.
Sister Maja Kogiri
But
Lana.
yeah, that's where I'm coming now. But you know, there are sometimes in marriage that some things will just happen sharply. Something has just entered. You get maybe just a little dispute, and the husband just go you for the woman like, oh, I'm not seeing you. And maybe the woman has someone in her office that appreciates her, the way she dress, her sense of humor, and the likes. And maybe the husband at home is too busy to even notice that somebody is beautiful. The husband at home is too busy to even appreciate that, oh, your sense of humor is top notch, you are this, you are that. And maybe those compliments, you know, women now, maybe those compliments and something might possibly just make her to have like a soft spot for someone else. Is that not possible? And
That is why communication is important in a relationship.
okay.
If you like something, tell your partner, babe, you did not see my new hair.
Men were forming. Today, Ojo, you are on the call. Oh, you are now muting yourself. Oh, because last week they were forming. They are busy going up and down for the sake of women. And when you tell them, you know, they'll still be asking you, "Are you sure?" Today, Ojo, you are not saying anything now. Yes, because most times it happens that they form too busy. Today, Ojo, he's laughing already.
Eric,
They form too busy.
that's why communication is good. Remind them.
Oh, okay.
Remind them. Walk around. Remind them. Do something to get. You just made your hair. Walk around. Shake your head. You've made new nails. Be flaunting it. Give them water. Pick their pen for them. Put it on their leg. Put it on their face. Let them see. Eventually, they will talk. And take cautious time to remind them that babe, you did not see my hair, you did not see this, do you like this? If you do it constantly, they'll get used to it no matter how busy they are.
Mm.
So the way they are wired, that's it. That's the truth. And the way everybody is wired is different. But see, this thing called marriage, you have to take cautious effort
I think
to
I think
make
I
it
think I love
work.
that word. Cautious effort. Okay.
You have to. So there was this program we had at work I think last 2 weeks now. It's about 2 weeks now. And when the man was talking to us, so we were actually talking about people's personality,
Okay.
the egocentric, sanguine, blah, 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 blah.
Melancholy.
And so he now taught us a simpler way to identify people's personality.
Okay.
So there are some personalities that they do things by planning. They have to plan for it. If they don't plan for
Sorry,
it, it
sorry.
will not work out for them. And there are some people that they can just change. So he said when he first got married to his wife, they were always having that issue. So there was a time he said, well, I'm taking you to a restaurant this evening. They went to Chinese restaurant, right?
Okay.
And then somehow the wife was prepared. And the kind of person that he was, when he got into the car, he just remembered that there's a cilantro somewhere. And then he said, babe, I think we should go to cilantro. And cilantro is Indian. And then she says, why are you changing? And he says, oh, I just feel that you would like it more. It would be more fun. And she said, no, my mind is made up.
To go to
I am
Chinese
planning in
restaurant.
my head to go to Chinese restaurant.
Mm.
You can't tell me to go to an Indian restaurant. He said he now sat down there and was looking at her like, what's the big deal? Am I not the one driving? Am I not the one paying? But the truth is, made up her mind. She's focused on that particular thing, and that is what she's expecting. So, what am I trying to say is marriage is not boyfriend, girlfriend. Marriage is not let's try and see if it works out or if it doesn't work out. So, take it or leave it. We cannot get 100% perfection, but we can try.
Mm.
If you know you've goofed, talk to your partner. Your partner will be angry, yes. Your partner might demand separation, yes, because you've done something bad. The thing is, the truth is, we don't want to bear the consequences of our actions.
Mm.
If you've
Mm.
cheated on your wife and she's angry at you, she packs her small bag and says she's going for a vacation alone because you've made her angry. And then you're taking it up. No, you should not take it up. That is the punishment for you messing her up. We don't want to bear consequences of our actions. If you've done something wrong to your partner and your partner is saying, "Oh, you've done something wrong to me," I'm not going to talk to you for 1 week. I'm not going to eat with you for the next few days. I'm not going to do so with you. You have to keep begging that person. You have to keep apologizing.
Mm.
You have to own your mess up. You have to bear the consequences. I always tell my child, there is no action without every action has a consequence. So everybody should be ready to bear their consequences. That is where the problem is, first of all.
Mm.
And second of all, is you've done something wrong, and then you keep thinking, what will she do if I tell her? She would do something, she will get angry. So, first of all, accept that fact that your man will get angry because you have done something wrong. So, prepare your mind, brace up your mind to bear the consequences. With patience, the person will eventually forgive you.
Mm.
May God not let us be in love or get married to people that can't forgive us.
Amen. Amen.
No matter how grave it is,
Mm.
my people will say it is with our mouth that we will talk it. It is with our butts we will
Sit down.
sit
Ẹnu la
down
fi
on
máa
it.
sọ, èdè la fi máa jókòó.
Bam. So there is nothing under the earth that is, yes, it will hurt you. But the truth is, bear the
I
consequences.
think.
It's better you say it
Mm.
than for you to now break their heart, shatter their
Mm.
heart, make them miserable.
Mm.
Because I know a story that a man eventually made the woman miserable till she died. She was in the psychiatric
Good
hospital
God.
because she could not phantom it.
Mm.
They go to work together, they come back together. He takes her to the market, he takes her to the gym, they do things together, and then he dies. And somebody rocked up with twins, and they're looking exactly like him,
Goodness.
DNA, everything. And then in his will, he has also written it.
Goodness.
She wasn't expecting it. She
Goodness.
slumped.
Goodness.
And that was it. She was in the hospital for 6 months before she died.
Goodness. Mm.
She couldn't get
Mm.
over it
Mm.
because
Mm.
she
Mm.
kept asking,
Mm.
how?
How?
When did it happen?
Hey, good.
When was he sleeping with her?
Sis.
When did he get to the apartment? How does he go to see somebody and he doesn't know? She can't phantom. She couldn't.
Mm.
Do you understand?
Mm.
So sometimes if you tell somebody or you even create a gap to let them know that there's something happening, I think it's better. And for me personally, if you cannot be faithful, don't go into marriage.
Okay.
I rest my case.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. Thank you so so much. Thank you so much. There's this point you raised that I would like to lay emphasis on, and that is bearing the consequences. I think I love that point. You should be ready to bear the consequences of your actions. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, over to you people. I see I have Excellent Spirit, Tunde Ojo, Madam Sheriket, Ojo Olajide, Simisola. Yes, I see I have you on the show. Yes, yes, yes. Please call in. Let me have your view. What do you think? Can you be totally faithful in marriage? And yes, do you think it's possible? Okay. Yes, bearing the consequences. That's a lot anyway. Okay, yes, but when we talk about bearing the consequences in this our generation, are we even ready to bear the consequences? Okay, we'll come back to that later. Excellent spirit, Tunde Ojo. Okay, yes, Tunde Ojo, you're muted. Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I quite listened to Madam Bukola quite alright, though I agree with her in some parts.
Okay.
And uh, though her emphasis was basically majored on uh, the infidelity aspect.
Okay.
See, but your topic is a general question
Every aspect.
in every
Yes,
aspect.
please.
Then we talk about the other
Mm.
aspects. You know, like, and she quite make mention of knowing your spouse
Mm.
is very important.
Yes.
Communication is very important.
Yes.
But when we are talking about faithfulness, to me, it should be 100%.
Okay.
But we can't deliver. That's just the
Mm.
truth part of it. There are a lot of things you do as a spouse. Sometimes you might not even remember the event at that moment. Other things may just come up, and and you've forgotten about the event. Like, later on, probably some other day you remember, you talk about it, or when an event unfold again, you say, someday this happened, and why didn't you tell me? Well, I just feel it's not necessary. There are some things we feel we need to talk to our spouse about, that we just feel these things are not really necessary. Like me as a person, there are a lot of things. Even when I meet my own family, like my mother is close to my wife. Sometimes when we discuss with my mom, she expects me to inform my wife when I get home. But sorry, I did disappoint them most times. That when they meet and talk, okay, or something, ṣáà mọ̀ pé ọkọ yín ò ń sọ̀rọ̀. So I just feel their thing is their thing, my thing is my thing, and we are wired different ways. In terms of finance, for instance, like me as a person, my wife knows how much my salary is, and anytime there is an increase in my salary, I inform her. Some of business I do, like sometimes, you buy more expensive, you buy, like I can't tell her everything. Like I can't even remember. Me as a person, getting most business. As a person, sometimes I don't even remember the business that brings money and what I did remember. Sometimes when the money come, we've already fight, and so though I try, she knows when I have money and when I don't have. But how the money comes, she doesn't know she can't know everything, because me myself as a person, I don't know money they just come with spend. So in terms of that, I don't know whether it's faithful, but that's not faithfulness in that aspect. Because when you're talking about faithfulness in finance, every dime that comes into our purse, to my purse, that means I need to communicate it with her. And that is not possible, because sometimes as a person, I don't remember. I don't know how she does it. The only time I only ask her, young lady, are you making
Hello. Your network
Africa,
is breaking.
hello,
Network is breaking.
can you hear me now?
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
So in the aspect of finance,
Okay.
in the aspect of finance, you can't be 100% faithful. Depending on your spouse, there are some women, they calculate your money for you.
Okay.
Once you tell them it is 10 naira you're having,
Mm.
they want to know how that 10 naira is spent. So they
It's
calculate how
vice
much you are
versa
giving
now. It's
them.
not just
Uh,
women. It's a vice versa thing. Men too does it too. It's a
and
vice versa
it's not
thing.
it's not it's normal. So, but sometimes, like in my own case now, you can't determine my income.
Okay.
So the only thing you can determine is my salary. And this is what I collect. The money I give them at home is even more than my salary.
Mm.
So in my own case now, you can't be checkmating me or what I'm doing. We even had an issue with my wife day before yesterday. She was complaining that I'm too nice and too kinika and too good and shakinika. When she talks, said all she could say. She said, after all, it's even not me that has my money. So that's none of our problem. But she's still complaining. So that is one aspect. In the aspect of sex, you can't be faithful because sometimes you come home, your spouse is in need of you, you are not having energy. So you can't kill
Oh,
yourself
yeah,
because
wait,
you want to.
please. Let's take it one by one. Now, if I'm to get you right now, you are trying to say it's not possible to be totally faithful, Abby.
If
Oh yeah,
at
you
all,
started with finances. Why is it difficult to
yes.
be faithful with your finance? Why? Checkmating, if
Okay,
she's
depend.
checkmating you, what if you tell her that, okay, if you keep checkmating me, then you would force me not to tell you about it? How about that?
No, it's not. It's not about checkmating you on how much you are making or not.
No, as
Depending on
in
the kind of
how you
business
spend it.
individual,
Yeah.
it depends on the kind of business individuals are doing.
Okay,
As
that's
a
true.
business person, you can't quantify what you're expecting and what is going on.
Very true.
There are some expenses that come that you just have to do. In our class, you don't have a bookkeeping, a record
Mm,
that you have to write every. In Nigeria, in that aspect is zero.
that's true.
So there are only few people that does business and write down their expenses.
You're right.
Very few. Like she now, I've been encouraging her, but she says it's stressful. So I said, okay, I'm not investing in your business again if I'm not seeing what you are doing with your money. At least since you've been in your business, I never asked you for a dime. So it's not as if I want to dime from your business, but I want you to make progress.
Mm,
Okay. The condition for giving you any money now is go and pen down all the stocks you are having.
mm.
And from this moment start your expenses, this is how it goes, your whatever, just your business and let's make progress. So it's because of that condition that I give her, that because there's money I have to give her, and I gave her that condition. She gave me condition to buy book. I also bought a record book for her. So that was the condition that make my wife go to her store and start writing them down. She almost spent more than 1 week writing them down. But you know, as a salary earner, as let's say a corporate worker that is the salary you are earning, checkmating or making being faithful in that aspect will be easier because at the end
At the end of the month, yeah.
100,000. Okay,
Mm.
this is what we are marking for transport. This is what we are marking for food. This is what we are marking for this miscellaneous is easier. But as a business person,
Mm.
faithfulness is not possible. It's not from both aspects. From both aspects, not possible.
Okay.
So that is that. So in that aspect, I don't know how you want to do it, but as a business person, being faithful in that aspect is not being faithful to me is informing them that okay, I have 1 naira today, 2 naira came yesterday, 4 naira came in day before yesterday. Okay, I spent 1 naira on transport. I bought another material in the office, and this is what I bought. It's not possible. She's not your account manager. Even your account manager can't come and ask you question.
Okay.
So in that sense, faithfulness is not possible.
All right.
So I know if there's an accountant that can come and explain. The good thing about that is your duties at home when it comes to finance. Just make sure you embrace it well. That's why I told you last week. Any man that loves his house
Mm.
takes responsibility for the house. It is a responsibility at home that a man loves his family. That is one. Sexually, sex, faithfulness in marriage in Nigeria of today is not possible. Except your father is Dangote that has kept everything on ground for you. Even Dangote self, his wife left him because of bad attention. He is very big in business.
Oh my God. Today, Ojo, okay, I'm listening. Go ahead. I actually don't want to
so,
interrupt you. Just go, continue.
so in that aspect, anybody that said faith, it's not as if one is cheating or there's any form of infidelity anywhere. That we are ruling that outside, but a man to his wife, that anytime your wife or any, even it's even the both way. Sometimes you come home and you feel like and you touch your wife, you just tell her, see, I'm tired. So what do you do? So you make room for consideration and try to balance, but the balancing, we are all human. It can't come at the same time. Sometimes you have to push, or sometimes the other person have to push. Sometimes in the midst of being tired, you just concur and you maneuver. But in that aspect, again, it is not possible in this economy, in this Nigeria today. You go out and come and no. So in that aspect, all you just need to do is create a balance. You create a balance, okay. Maybe on weekends, you are around on weekend, and both of you have to prepare your mind psychologically that okay, let's shift ground and push to this day. And some other day, when if it comes accidentally, that's a welcome one. But just a regular, and this body we are talking about, we all have different urge for it.
That's true.
There are levels for it. Bó ṣe bí oníkálukú ṣe bó ṣe wo ní the way everybody takes it is just quite different.
Okay.
But people tend to adjust along the line. They tend to adjust. So that is what I can
Excellent
say
spirit, you're
in that.
unmuted. Oh yeah. You I think you also wrote Impossicant the other time. Oh yeah.
Good evening, good evening,
Good
everybody. Good evening,
evening.
everybody. I think
Good evening,
before we go further, let's see the synonyms of this faithful.
Okay, sir.
Now, some of the synonyms here is you have errorless,
Mm-hmm.
all right,
Yes.
error-free. Excuse me, just give me some minutes. Accurate,
Okay.
precise, exact,
Mm-hmm.
all right,
Okay.
authentic,
Okay.
realistic,
Okay.
faultless. Now, let's go back now to our discussion.
Okay.
Having mentioned these synonyms,
Mm.
it is not possible. Don't let us deceive ourselves.
Okay.
But this is the point. That should not be a yardstick. You understand?
Okay.
That shouldn't be a yardstick to misbehave
Mm.
in terms of, immoral misbehavior, in terms of infidelity. No. When I mean it is not possible, there are some errors that you will commit that it is reasonable. And I will explain.
Okay.
Take for instance, yes. Take for instance now. Brother just mentioned one. Now let's talk about the husband and wife something. And probably at that moment, you as a man, your body is demanding, and you say, "Oh, I'm tired." Don't forget, we're talking about faithful now.
Okay.
And if you want to go by if you want to go by some school of thought, at any time he wishes, you should be there for him. But the question now is that the lady in question is tired, and she's being realistic. She's tired.
Okay, what if
All
in
right.
that
Now,
situation, we are not talking about sex today, but don't
yes.
worry. It seems you people want to push me to talk about it. In
No,
that
no.
situation, wait, relax. In that situation, she says she's tired. Uncle, what can you do to ensure that tiredness can disappear within 2 minutes? You can massage her,
Look,
let her take a bath,
hello.
massage, like do some little see, you need to learn to do some little errands if you know you want to do some things. This person is tired. Okay, she has been working all day.
Do you see
Wait
something? I
now,
was coming
relax.
to. I was coming to that. I was coming to that. I was actually coming to that.
So yeah, I'm
Now,
listening.
Mommy Bukola mentioned some things earlier, and it's just too fantastic.
Okay.
I thank God for her life that she arrived at knowledge about some things. I love her disposition, her opinion.
Okay.
All her disposition, her opinion, she said it out of abundance of knowledge she has acquired over the time
Okay.
and experience.
Okay.
All right.
Yes.
Now, if you look at average husband and wife now, I have the understanding that she has the understanding of psychology. So when she's talking, you know that she's someone that is highly informed. Now, That one aside, you discover what you just mentioned now. That what about a little massaging? Look, average Nigerian couple, those things are not there. Ó ti rẹ̀ mí, okay, bó ti jẹ́ ni everybody find his way, kóníkálùkù lọ sí, it is the altar and everybody go. That is it. Do you get it? And don't forget, immediately this thing happen, the man will be thinking, he has something is actually, maybe if he's a mature person, maybe after like 1 hour, the thing might just disappear from his mind and everybody starts to school and they are okay. All right. That is one. Now, in terms of finance, if you are a business person, I'm not talking about a salary earner. If you are a business person, even you to be able to calculate or to tell the exact amount you have made, having removed your expenses and the rest, it might not be that easy at that moment, probably when she asks for it. But this is the place. If you want to be faithful, or let me say this, if what I will call faithfulness is anytime she demands or asks any question, please don't hide anything from her.
Okay.
Don't hide anything from me, especially when it has to do with questioning. Please tell her this is it, this is it, this is it.
So what if
All right?
you've goofed somewhere and you did not say it, and maybe something in her spirit mind is telling you, oh, boy, you more, and she decides to question you? Will you be able to answer instantly?
Yes, I will be able to
Hello.
answer instantly, though I know she yes, ma'am. Can you hear
Okay,
me?
sir. Oh, yeah.
Can you
I
hear
can
me?
hear you.
Yes, I will be able to answer. Yes, I will answer. That is when the faithfulness comes in. That is what I'm saying. The moment she discovers that there is something wrong somewhere, please, can I ask you a question on this? Yes. Be faithful to tell her, be bold to tell her. Telling her alone. Though people believe that obìnrin ò ṣe é nanu fún tó bá sọ fóbìnrin ní ìsàn ó lè obìnrin láìkí ọ, I don't believe in that.
Okay.
I don't just believe in that. You understand? Tọ́run bá máa bọ́lẹ̀ kó bọ́lẹ̀ sọ fún. So one day she will live to appreciate it that, and I know this person. Any you can parọ́, she will be able, even when you are not there, she will say that mo mọ̀ kò kí n parọ́, and that one would have earned you your respect even when you are not there. So, but what am I saying in essence is that what we actually call faithfulness, it is not possible. What we call faithfulness or what we term faithfulness is when you are coming from toilet, ìyàwó mi, ìgbà tí mo dé toilet, mo fẹ́ yọ̀ ṣubú, mo gbá maclean, mo dẹ̀ ti rí pé mo ti dànù. Those things, they are not necessary. They aren't necessary. But anytime you ask me, báwo lọ̀rọ̀ maclean ṣe jẹ́, I should be able to tell you without looking back that mo tẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ni, and I'm sorry about that. I think that one is there. So what in conclusion, when we are talking about being faithful, please and please, it is not possible we are 100% faithful. There are some things that you do and it becomes oversight. Even you are not aware at that moment. But if you want to look it in the right sense, is one way or the other that you are not being faithful. But it's not because that is what you chose to do, but because of events and time, overshadow some things, and as such, you could not accurately account for it. Not because deliberately you want to hide it away from her, or she wants to hide it away from you. And that is when understanding of your spouse comes in. Try to know who she is, even from the beginning. There are some things, even you wake me from dream and tell me that this is what your wife did, I will tell you no, because I know her. That's just it. Even if I have not been around with her for the next 1 month, I will still tell you that no, she won't do it. Why? Because I've been with her before we even talk about marriage. We've been friends, so I had known her even when we still maintain a lot of distance. That we only see her from far away. I had known her to that extent. So please.
Oh, okay. One last question before you leave. So, as you are
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
let's say, for instance, where you work, you have someone
Yes, ma'am.
at your office. So let's just imagine this person is your
Yes, ma'am.
secretary, and you have a crush over your
Yes.
secretary. Can you
Yes, ma'am.
tell your wife that there's this person I'm working with, or this person I'm working with, I'm beginning to feel this way or that way about this person? Or will you wait for your crush to manifest, like for that feeling to manifest before you confess?
Ah,
Now I'm
I might
following. I'm
not
following
wait.
the example you gave. Oh, you said questioning now, Shay.
Yes,
Hey,
ma'am.
hey.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
that's why I asked
Yes,
that
yes,
question.
yes, 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 yes. The moment I see it, I will tell my wife. The reason is this.
Okay.
See, that escaped my mind. You see, the atmosphere the spouse create at home, we actually tell the kind of information you divulge to your spouse at a point in time, the atmosphere you create in
Atmosphere.
marriage,
Okay.
in terms of
I
finance,
think I'm loving
the
this
kind
too.
of atmosphere you create.
Okay.
You understand? The atmosphere you create when it comes to money, when it comes to uh my wife, my husband with someone else, obìnrin sọkùnrin. You
Yeah.
understand? So everything has to do with the kind of atmosphere. There are some women, when it comes to money, when you give someone money, she doesn't mind. She say that I know you. And so much, but try tell her that you met a lady and the lady sat closer to you and the way she look at you and it show gba number gba number. Do you get what I'm saying now? Before you know, if you know that she's the type that will flare up,
Okay.
and at the end of the day, that will cause another big problem. I think you as a man, but if you're talking about me, I will tell her because I know the kind of woman I have. All right, I will tell her. But if you know that telling her will cause problem or that will be the genesis of another problem based on experience, please don't tell her. But make sure, as a man, I repeat, make sure you kill that urge, and if need be, kindly excuse the secretary and look for someone else,
Ah.
if possible, a male.
Ah.
Thank you.
Ah.
Yes,
Excellent spirit.
yes.
Excellent spirit. Someone's
You,
means of
you are talking about your home here. Oh. You are talking about your home here, please. Your home. The reason why you can still come to that office is because your home is still bearable. And the reason why you can still deliver in the office is because you still have a conducive home.
mm.
So that is it, ma.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, Excellent Spirit. Thank you. All
You are
right.
welcome.
Oh my God. Yes, it's been an interesting session, actually. Okay, so let me quickly run through the comment section. I'm sorry. Ojo Olajide said, if you are faithful entirely, it means you are perfect. And I don't think it's possible. Okay. Modipe says, in all aspects of life, it's not possible to be faithful. And in some aspects, it's possible to be faithful. Just as Excellent Spirit is explaining. Madam Modipe, please call in and explain it yourself. It's not possible to be faithful in all aspects, and in some aspects it's possible to be faithful. Okay, you can also call in and let's hear you. Miss, okay, yeah, okay, yeah. Miss Oluwaseun Ricket is saying you must know where to draw the curtain. Yes, okay, thank you at Excellent Spirit for that answer. That is Modupe. All right, please, I would love to also have you. Let me have your comments again. If you want to drop your comments, if you want to air your comments, let me get to have you. Madam Olubukola, these people are telling us it's not possible. Okay, let's get to know that. If you still have comments, please, if you want to air your view, kindly call in.
Okay. So, can I just say something? Hello?
Please go ahead, Ma. Yes, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So, I think it's a little bit of you. I mean, thank God everybody had their views, and I love what Excellent Spirit ended with. All right, when we're talking about faithfulness, I in marriage, the way we are taking it, it's not the actual. Yes, I know that there are certain things, but we're talking about the actual sense of it. All right? It's not possible that you're able to tell your spouse everything. But this is my point. There are incidents and issues that you know that might cause problems or might have an impact in your relationship. Those are the things that we're talking about in reality. Let's not beat around the bush and say, I cannot be able to tell her everything about myself. I cannot be able to tell him everything about myself. Nobody can. even parents to children, brothers to sisters, best friends that live together. Sometimes you forget to say something. But what we are talking about is vital things that are important, things that can make or mar your relationship, things that can cause problems, things that can cause goodness. So let's not look at only the negative aspects. You don't have to tell your wife what you earn if you know that she's a person that will abuse it. Do you understand?
Okay.
If you know she will abuse it, don't bother tell her what you earn. But make sure that you provide. Make sure that you're not doing something illegal that will come and cause her problems tomorrow. Make sure that you're not borrowing money and after your death, they come and slam her and tell her that you've used the house for a loan.
Mm.
So for me, those are the key areas I am looking at when you talk about faithful and unfaithful. Talking about what will affect your home, what will affect your children, what will affect your wife or your husband. That is the aspects that we should really be talking about so that we do not lose focus about the issue. So, do you understand? I love everything that Excellent Spirits mentioned, and that is just the truth. Let's be realistic. See, average Nigerian is not interested in all these things that we're saying. In terms of just as Excellence, I think it was the Excellence Spirit, the first person that spoke after me, said how many people are ready for a massage. When we give when we say thank you, there's this program that we do, and vouchers are sent to all members of staff to go for a spa. People are ready to sell it. I will not sell my spa thing because it's important for me. I've worked and I need the spa dates. I want to go and massage my body. But a lot of people don't care about it. So what we are talking about for an average Nigerian, we need to understand that communication in relationship is very important. Getting to know your partner is very important. You should know what to tell them, what not to tell them. You should see, I'm sorry to say, but my own view is being faithful is also knowing the right thing to do with your partner. That for me is also faithfulness because you know the right thing to do with them. You know that this thing, if you do it, it will affect them. You stay away from it. Excuse me, if a woman is tired to have sex when you need sex, that doesn't mean she's unfaithful to you. You do not have a right to go and sleep outside because that one night she's tired. I'm sorry to say,
What if he
but that is
continues more
the
than
relationship.
once?
Then you know there's a problem. Sit her down and
And
talk about
talk.
it.
I love that. I
Not
love
ready
that.
to change. This is it. Then when you goof and she comes back and say you've goofed, my dear, ma binu, come momo. It's not by momoing sake. It's not intentional. You didn't allow me for 6 months. You've not allowed me to touch you. It was a mistake. That was what happened. That person too will know that you have tried your best. So do you now agree with me that you are faithful? Eventually, if that happens, one, faithful because you spoke to her about it. Two, you're faithful because you did it and she asked you and you did not lie. You told her to sit down. That's not unfaithful. That's you living a faithful life with her. Yes. So let's not
Okay.
categorize the dictionary meaning and say that, okay, because I've goofed, I'm not unfaithful. I'm not faithful. No, you can goof and still be faithful. You can goof and still be faithful, sincerely speaking. That's how me I see it. And see, when you sit down with couples and talk about these issues, you will really understand that This unfaithfulness thing, I swear, is not just about discussions. It's not just about how did your day go. It's not just about these tiny, tiny things. It's way beyond that. It's things that will affect your partner, things that will affect your spouse. Do you understand? Your wife doesn't need to know how much you earn, but she needs to know if you hit a contract and you made money. Oh, babe, that contract we are looking for, I made it. And that's it. She doesn't know the details anymore.
God bless you, ma.
Thank you so much. Let me not take everybody's time.
Hello, Madam Oluwashun. Please, your mic is unmuted. You can go ahead, please. Thank you, Madam
Oh,
Olubukola.
okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Madam Olubukola. Nice meeting you. I love you already. I love you already. Actually, from my point of view, total faithfulness here that we're talking about is not being gullible. That's not what we're talking about when we're talking about total faithfulness in marriage. Total faithfulness in marriage means that
We lost you at a
you
point,
are
ma'am.
true to your spouse. That is okay.
So you
Can you hear
said,
me
yeah,
now?
so you said the total
I
faithfulness
think
you're
it's my
talking
network.
about is, yeah. So we lost you at that point.
Okay. When we talk about total faithfulness in marriage, it's not about being gullible in marriage. We are not talking about you expressing everything that is going on, like I want to pee, I want to poo, like I'm going out, somebody gave me 1,000, like I'm this, that's not what we are talking about. Like Madam Olubukola said, it's about being through to your marriage vows, being through to your spouse. That is, you can actually look at your spouse confidently and look at each other and know that you're through and you're pure to each other. For instance, you're earning some money, your wife actually does not need to know that, okay, maybe today you got an extra bonus or something, but the point is that you get home and you tell your wife there is enough for the family today, and the wife can actually resonate with you that yes, we have enough today. Now a man with not faithful enough and tells the wife that I'm earning little, in the actual sense the man is earning more, the man is putting himself in trouble. And the man that is earning more that says that otherwise is actually putting himself in trouble, because the wife does not know when to put a stop to her spending. You see that some wife will keep saying I want this, because she cannot tell what the husband have at that particular time. That is why a husband or a wife must be able to say, okay, this is what I have in the account. I believe that this is what we can manage part time as at this period in time. Now, when we're talking about the marital vow in bed again, now, for you to tell your wife that probably let's have sex this night, and your wife tells you, "Oh, darling, I'm tired." That is faithfulness in the part of the woman. Now, the faithfulness in the part of the man is that, are you faithful enough to reason with your wife that this woman has been stressed since morning? Okay, we can't do it today. We will do it tomorrow. The woman is not running away. That's faithfulness on its own. Faithfulness goes a long way. Is you being able to look at your spouse and say that, yes, my spouse, I am through to you. I have no skeleton in my cupboard. I have nothing to hide. If I die today, I can die as a through man to you. If I die today, I can die a man that is free without guilt, without pain, without shame. And from my own point of view, in every Christian home, it is paramount. It's not something to be questioned. It is not something to gamble about. It's not something of maybe or maybe not. Faithfulness in marriage is compulsory to all spouses. It is a question of, are you faithful to God? We know that we sin and we tell God, I'm sorry. Therefore, you must be able to, whenever you do something wrong, you must be able to tell your spouse, I've done something wrong. I'm sorry, darling. That is what we call faithfulness. Nobody's telling you to go your spouse and tell you, no, this is the little thing. No, no, no. Nobody's asking for that little things. We are talking about African woman. We are talking about the African man. We are talking about you being true. Be true to your spouse. That was faithfulness mean. Total faithfulness. Your wife can look at you and say, yes, this is my husband. I can say of a fact that this is who my husband is. This is who my wife is. That is what we are talking about. Total faithfulness. You must be able, part time, you must be able to tell that, okay, in my marriage, this is what we are. This is who we are at this particular time. This is what we can afford at this particular time. This is the school we can send our children to at this particular time. This is the kind of meal we can eat at this particular time. This is the kind of, environment we can choose to stay at this particular time. That is what total faithfulness means in marriage to me. That's my own perspective. And if you're talking and looking at it in this perspective, I would say that total faithfulness in marriage is possible, because that's the only way the wife and the husband can be at peace with each other and not die of hypertension. Because by the time you are hiding things from your spouse, you find out that you cannot actually look at the spouse. And for me, my own, whenever I'm hiding something from my husband, I'm not free with him. That is my own personal. I'm not free. And I don't like trying to, story that touch the heart. I don't like explaining. My husband know that I don't like explaining myself. So I'd rather tell you, okay, mutishe niye. Because we are husband and wife, we should be faithful enough to forgive ourselves. That is even faithfulness already. So for me, total faithfulness in marriage is possible. In as much you have said that vow on the altar, you know that, and on the aspect of crush, I said it at a point that you must know where to draw the curtain. Whether we like it or not, there are times where we are paired with some people, probably at work, even in church. You see yourself having some unnecessary, maybe some unnecessary connection with somebody in church, or maybe in the place of your work. You see yourself trying to bond unnecessarily. Jadanu, you don't need it. You must know where to cut the shot. That no, I don't need this. I'm a married woman. You must know when to tell yourself, no, this is not needed. You must know when to walk away. You must know where to draw the line, that you don't need to explain yourself to the wife. And this person, I have a crush. You don't even need to get to that point. If you have a crush, kill it immediately. That's faithfulness already. So why do you have to explain yourself? You don't need that because you are a married man. You don't need that because you're a married woman. By the time you are getting to that point, your faithfulness already is in question and is in check already. So we should not even try to go that far. So faithfulness and total faithfulness in marriage, true faithfulness in marriage is possible from my own point of view. Thank you.
All right, mom. Thank you so much. Okay, yes. It's actually a very interesting one. Yes, and I think I enjoyed myself all through. OJ28, hola. Good to have you back. Yes. Thanks for joining in. Okay. And you joined at the time that we are about to round up. Yes, it's 7 o'clock already. And this is me saying a big thank you to everybody that has been part of today's show. Thank you so much. Thank you, Excellent Spirit, Tunde Ojolu, Bukola Remu, Oluwase Ricket, Modupe. Modupe, you didn't call it, you did not explain that in some aspects and in some other aspects. Anyways, all right. Thank you, OJ28, Ojola Jide Raymond. Thank you. Candy Don, Simi Sola, thank you so much. Paya, and in case I didn't mention your name, I'm very, very sorry. Okay, Modipe is saying it's a network. All right, no problem, ma'am. No problem. We'll manage it that way. All right, thank you so much, everyone, for today. And of course, yes, I'm sorry I didn't introduce my co-host to you today. All right, yes. So in case you've been hearing some noise under it was my co-host actually. Okay, so thank you so much everyone for today. And yes, faithfulness in marriage, like you all have rightly said, I think it is also something very important that we all need to talk about. All right, sorry about that. Faithfulness is something we need to talk about. It's something we need to be conscious of. We need to take conscious efforts. We need to be sure that, okay, what we are into it true and true. Yes, thank you so much, everybody. And lastly, I think I also need to drop this, that to be faithful, it's one thing to wish to be faithful, or it's one thing to want to be faithful. It's another to achieve it. So I also think that with God, having it at the back of our mind that we can only try, we can only will, God will definitely be the one to enable us. And that is if we are conscious enough, if you are mindful enough to ask God to enable us to be faithful. Being faithful is one big thing that it's not just what we feel we can do because we have the ability to do it or we are strong to do it. So don't let us forget that God factor in everything that we do. So in case we see ourselves battling in some areas that we're unable to be faithful to our partner, please let's try and ask God for help. Is the only one that can actually enable us true and true. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Sincerely, I appreciate your contribution so far. Thank you so much. And yes, this will be all for today. I still remain Olua Shogo. Helen, are you Yenikon? Your beautiful host with beautiful long names. Let's do this again next week, Fridays.